There we are. Fantastic. Alright, let's see how everything sounds. Rain thunders, check. Accept. Exit. There we go. Turn that down just a bit. Much better, I think. Hello and good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Horror You to Sleep by Blue Goat Bard. I'm your host, Blue Goat Bard. And tonight, hopefully, we're going to figure out how to bypass the spot that we got stuck on last time we played. Good. Thing looks like it's running properly. That's good. Okay. Now, I'm going to have access to the keyboard. It's going to be very important here. Before we get started, I am proud of myself today. I spent the vast majority of the day doing yard work and successfully weeded everything, but more importantly, I planted 2 cider apple trees. They weren't supposed to come in until tomorrow, but they came in a day early, which works out beautifully because today's my day off and I was able to get them in the ground. So, hoping that they survive. I have about 2 to 3 years before they'll begin producing apples. But when I do, I'll have 2 separate cider apple trees and 2 separate pear trees producing. So I am super excited for that. It's weird though. I never really pictured myself as someone who enjoyed yard work, but being out there and pulling up weeds and raking and cleaning everything up and just really taking something from literal just chaos, weeds everywhere, to a semblance of order that I can look at and just really feel good about. That was an interesting experience. So I'm looking forward to more yard work in the future, strangely enough. But so last time we played, we discovered that there is a large vortex swirling opened up in the sky that hints at the arrival of this comet. And we found a puzzle box in the safe, and when we took that puzzle box to the owner of the curio shop, he opened it for us, and inside the puzzle box was a black lens, like a crystal, like an obsidian crystal lens. We placed that lens in the telescope and looked up at the sky, and we had a vision of something, some creature, and it gave us a name, and I believe I added that to my notes with the name. Yaldabaoth. So many. We don't know what to do with that, but we discovered that the mosaic in the wine cellar is actually a series of constellations. Now, those constellations link up to some form of occult astrology, and each constellation, it's almost like a strange zodiac. We fumbled around with it, we couldn't figure out it's some sort of code, but we determined that I believe there are 5 different codes that have to be entered. And after some thinking, I realized that there are 5 different patriarchs of the Verlac family. And I can find out their date of births in the Hall of Records. Problem I'm running into is I don't know the name of the main patriarch. So tonight we're going to try and figure out the name of the main patriarch. But I also don't know how the constellations link up to birth dates. So we're going to try and figure that out. I imagine there is somewhere in this house that there is a book that I haven't found. So I'm going to start with the library and look around. We're going to try and find some extra books. So, begin there. All right. Look around. Library. Dark paneling and a deep green carpet give this room the feel of some blue-blooded country squire's literary refuge. Books line the walls from floor to ceiling, and a leather armchair sits near the window. To the west, a pair of sliding doors opens to the study, while the hall lies north. The shelves on the western wall have slid back slightly, revealing a previously hidden safe, currently open. On the armchair is Ye Complete Manual of Wards and Seals by Galerian Academius Deschamps. Now, those of you in the audience, if things are too loud or I'm too quiet or vice versa, please let me know so I can fix those things. We already examined the safe, but let's check it again. We may have left something in there inadvertently. Stark cube of black oily steel 15 inches to a side. The front is open, but there's nothing inside. Maybe not. 7 books. Literally thousands of books stuff the shelves. Most of them thick, cracked, leather-bound tomes with ribbon placeholders and titles lettered in raised gold leaf. It would take you years to peruse them all. Meanwhile, Edgar Allan Poe is right where you left him, sandwiched in between G and H. Take Poe. The book slides halfway out, then pops back in with a loud snick. Safe door swings shut, and the bookshelf slides seamlessly back into place. So that's not an actual book. Let's go into the study. The room adjoining the library is small and cluttered, though in a comfortable, lived-in sort of way. A writing desk sits under the window and a large ornate fireplace fills the northern wall. The fireplace has been moved to one side, revealing a narrow corridor leading northeast. Michael's laptop sits in the middle of the writing desk, humming quietly to itself. Sitting next to it is the cryptical harmonic. Now, I'm curious. Michael has been wandering the house, mumbling to himself. He seems to be a little out of his mind. But I remember him mentioning something about people watching. And it seems like he's thinking about something, but he doesn't want to talk about it while you're around. If I remember correctly, there are ways to spy on parts of the house. I'm going to check that. Search desk. Open desk. Is it something you could open? So it's a writing desk. There are no drawers. So let's go into the corridor. Bare wooden slats patched with crumbling plaster and spiked with bent, rusted nails. Press in close against your shoulder. Side passages branch off in a strange direction. Don't seem to fit in the floor plan of the house. Okay, go north. Northeast, you notice a small hole about halfway up the wall. Look in hole. Through the people, you see the kitchen seen from ground level, down low in the southeast corner. Suddenly, Michael steps into view, startlingly so much that you almost pull away from the people, before realizing that he cannot see you. He looks much as he did earlier this morning, disheveled, disoriented, deep shadows under his eyes. His movements are jerky and halting, and once again you're reminded of the look of old silent film. Michael tiptoes furtively across the kitchen like an exaggerated silent film burglar. At one point, he actually looks over his shoulder as though worried that someone might be listening from the next room. He leaps over the pantry and slips inside, disappearing from sight. Look through hole. Through the peephole, you see the sitting room, seen from high up on the south wall through the eyes of the portrait hanging over the fireplace. Michael enters the room. He wanders into the middle of the room, muttering something you cannot hear, and looks around blankly, as though lost. As though he'd come into the room in order to do something, only in the next instant to forget what it was. Then his eyes falls on you, and he smiles. Your heartbeat lurches wildly. It soon becomes clear that he's not looking at you at all. He's looking at the portrait, the eyes of which you are currently peering through. He gazes into the portrait's eyes, through them unknowingly into your own. The look of wistful admiration, the way one might appraise an old friend one hasn't seen for some time. There's something else about his expression as well that you can't quite put your finger on. Something unpleasant, a sort of smug vanity. The sudden queasy feeling you realize he looks as though he's reading himself in the mirror. Mike rubs a hand across his forehead, walks out of the room chuckling to himself. Interesting. You see a child's bedroom, seen through ground down in the northwest. Michael enters the room, moves through the room slowly, looking around and lightly touching, as if visiting old memories. He adjusts the coverlet of the child's bed, stands over the crib and spends several minutes just staring down into an empty blanket, after which he sighs. He walks over to the vanity table and picks up the jewelry box. Finding it empty, he sets it down again with a soft curse. He looks around the room suspiciously, as if to catch the culprit hiding in the corner somewhere. Then, rubbing his forehead compulsively, he stalks out of the room. The people, you see the cellar, seen from way high up in the southeast corner, just under the ceiling. Michael enters the room, lighting his way with a small flashlight. They get at you one. Looks quickly across the cellar to the wine and books. Through the peephole, you see the wine cellar, seen from low down the north wall. Michael enters the room, darting suspicious glances over his shoulder, shining his flashlight in every shadow corner. Skulks over to the northern end of the room, noting with interest but apparently unconcerned the wine racks have been moved aside to reveal a complex mural on the wall behind him. He bends close to examine the mural's arcane designs and places his finger on several arrangements of raised dots, which you recognize as constellations from the astronomical charts in the observatory. It's difficult to see from this angle. It's clear he touches the mural 5 times, at least 4 distinct places. The mural begins to glow, filling the room with a ghastly phosphorescence, and then the entire wall slides soundlessly to one side, and Michael's hair and clothes are whipped back, feeling a strong wind that you cannot hear. Then, final wary backward glance, he slips into the darkness, and the wall is closed. Huh. That sucks. Damn. Dining room. Michael enters the room. He passes quickly through the dining room, but pauses at one point to glance up at the crystal chandelier hanging over the table. Something about it makes him smile to himself in a way you can't quite interpret. Then he continues on his way. I know there's something about that crystal. See the master bedroom, seen from high up on the east wall. Michael enters the room. He stares intently at a sheet of paper clutched in one hand. See what's written on it from your angle. Michael is completely absorbed, squinting and slowly moving his lips as he scans the word. Finally, he comes to a decision. He crumples the paper absently, as though about to toss it on the ground, but then thinks better of it and hides it behind the radiator instead. Then, with a look on his face that somehow managed to combine triumph and excitement, easy paramount Nora quickly leaves the room. Awesome. Okay, so there's something inside. Excuse me, I have to get a drink. I also have to lock the front door. I don't want to get raped. I'm way, way too pretty. Oh. Now. Okay, so this is good. We may not have gotten any information from Michael about how to open the secret passageway, but we know there is one. But we do have access to whatever he just put behind the radiator. So, next. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I was going to scoot my chair forward, so. There, it's better. Okay. North. Northwest. Look through hole. The people you see in the library, seen from high up on the north wall. Michael enters the room. He walks slowly around the library, mind the innumerable rows of books and letting his fingertips trail across his spine. He doesn't seem surprised to see a steel safe peeking out from behind Encyclopedia Americana. Rather, he looks chagrined to find it exposed at all. Eventually, the final look around, he leaves the room. Encyclopedia Americana. Add that to our list here. Library Encyclopedia Americana. I think that's right. Okay. Yep, okay. Maybe I'll find that in there. Oh. The storage room seen from directly above somehow is that you're looking straight down from the ceiling. Okay, so... because I keep going north. Which tells me that... oh yeah. Oh. Look through hole. Sitting room. Okay. I had to get out. Because I went to the northeast, so I need to go southwest, right? There. So I'm in the study. Okay, so let's go back to the library real quick, which is to the east. Examine Encyclopedia Americana. I wonder if that is a... I wonder if that's a remnant of the old game, because this has been updated. Let's let me go. Okay. Examine radiator. The radiator runs on gas, not electricity, which is probably why it's even working at all. It's quiet and it keeps the room cozy, which is all you really need it to do. Search radiator. Behind the radiator is the crumpled sheet of paper you saw Michael hiding. Whoa. That's what I needed. You pick up the crumpled page. It's a page from a torn library book containing a table of dates and zodiacal signs. Okay, so now I can use this to determine the patriarch's, the order. Occasionally, rumors circulate of an additional 13th sign, which may not be named and does not correspond to any date. What precisely it would mean to be born under this sign is a matter of pure conjecture. Okay, I'm gonna make noise quick, and then I'm not gonna make noise anymore. Sorry. There we go. So, I have the paper, so I can look at this again. When I need to. But no, that's interesting. Now, I should here's my issue. I don't know the name of the man who started the Verlac family. I could probably figure it out by searching the internet, but I don't really want to. I still have a few people that I could research. So unfortunately, the earliest record that I have on me does not list the name of the first Verlac. That's the sitting room. Search portrait. Founder's portrait. It's like they're trying to conceal the name of the guy who started it. So I can't find. Wait. I bet. What if I go to the crypt? Gallery. See, because if I examine these portraits, it names them Wilhelm, Heinrich, Elijah, Mordecai. Okay. Back door's open. South. Southeast. Okay. Family plot. Moss slime tombstones, many of them broken off and leading crazy looking bits. Teeth poke up from the soft, mulchy earth. The trees press close around this quiet enclave of death. Leaning together over your head as if sharing secrets, a gap in the undergrowth provides an exit to the northwest. Iron door of the mausoleum stands open, revealing steps leading down to the subterranean gloom. Alright. Examine tombstones. Years of neglect have left the tombstones in bad repair. The ones not broken are eroded into your illegibility, and those not eroded are covered with thick, sticky moss. Most of them must be servants' graves, though, since family members would have been turned in the mausoleum. So enter mausoleum. The air is frigid down here. The walls are damp and streaked with mud and lichen, and worse thing, pale, swollen roots push through cracks in the masonry. The smell of corruption is almost overpowering. Stairs to the north lead back over the surface. The walls of this chamber contain dozens of wide, shallow niches. In each niche, a coffin. A tiny child's coffin lies in the farthest niche, its cover thrown open to reveal a jumble of decaying bones. Alright. Examine coffins. Rank upon rank of the Verlac family remains are stacked away in this hole, left to crumble and deliquesce together. Interesting word. Merging back into the dark matter which gave them birth. Above each niche is a nameplate, presumably indicating who is buried here and when they died. Examine nameplates. Corroded. And completely illegible. I thought I had that. Okay. Alright. Back to the house. So, still the church, that for some reason I can't get in. I need a heavy item to break the door. And I can't find that. Take pendant. Use umbrella on pendant. Hit pendant with umbrella. Inventory. Okay. I know I have enough freaking umbrella. I know it. What do I? Oh, I don't have an umbrella anymore. Interesting. I must have put it up. Hit pendant with broom. With Brooke. Hit pendant with broom. It's too high for you to reach. Wait. Pendant. Nearly the size of your fist. There's a weird asymmetry to it that is difficult for you to visually process. It's as though no matter what angle you view it from, facets don't seem like they should all fit together according to conventional geometry. Climb on table. You've never resented being short before, but the number of times this town has put you in situations where you've had to stand on something in order to reach something important is getting a little exasperating. With a short sigh, you clamber onto the table. That's awesome. Take pendant. The crystal snaps free and falls into your hand like black fruit from a tree branch. Ah, awesome. Now, the question is, what is the value of that thing? Does it have one? Let's go get off table. You hop down. Okay. Let's go to the foyer. North, northeast, west, east, north, west, south. Okay. There we go. So we're in the records department now. A single bulb dangling from the ceiling cast its dirty dishwater light over a wasteland of papers, thousands of records and documents stacked everywhere in tottering piles. Stairs lead back up to the ground level. Now, there's a couple things that we need to do now that we're here. First, we need to see if we can figure out what the Verlac's founder's name is. That's going to be no small task, because the challenge in these games lies in the ability to ask the right questions. So, secondly, we need to use the information we already have to determine what sign the children of the founder fall under based on their birth date. And I believe that will explain to us how to unlock the puzzle in the wine cellar. So, search records. Take decades. Better idea. Look up Verlac founder. Dozens of Verlacs. You'll have to be more specific than that. Look up first Verlac. List Verlac names. Okay. So the best we can hope for then is looking at people we know the names of and hoping that that will list names of other people. So, let's check our notes. Let's look up Eyal de Beolof. Look up Eyal de Beolof. You speak the word a second time and its vibrations burn the air like acid. I didn't speak it. You get the sense that reality is fraying around the sound of the word, slowly pulling apart like rotten cloth, as something truly filthy and vile seeps through. The blasphemous syllables crawl loathsomely from your lips. Just hearing the sound of it makes you nauseous. Nature draws back from the presence like skin peeling away from the edges of an infected ulcer. Well, let's not look that up. Let's try Anna. Look up Anna Verlac. After lots of digging through a few of the more structurally stable piles, you managed to locate the records for Anna Verlac. Born, died. Looks like she was roughly 25. Respiratory illness. Very well. Look up Julia Ward. Julia Ward. Changed her name to Verlac. Marriage to Edward. Died. Homicide. Yeah, we knew that. Look up William Verlac. Failure to thrive. Okay, we knew that. He wasn't actually killed, though. He is still alive somewhere and will probably come try to kill us later. Hey. Okay, so look up Edward Verlac. Suicide. So he's July 7th, 1959. Read paper. Oops. Inventory. Read page. Read crumpled page. There we go. Okay. So he was born July 7th. So he's the king in tatters. King in tatters. And he was born when? 1959. 1959. Okay. Now let's give each of these their own line here. Alright, so let's check out Wilhelm. Look up Wilhelm Verlac. Okay. Doesn't say what killed him, but he was April 13th, which is he's a Black Herald. Black Herald. And 1651. Okay. Look up Elijah Verlac. Born June 11th, 1802. June 11th. He's the king in tatters also. 1802, is that right? 1802. All right, then we have Heinrich. Look up Heinrich Verlac. December 13th. Sleeper under the waters. Sleeper under waters. 1734. And then we have look up Mordecai. January 12th, which is the Piper. The Piper. And it is 1886. 1886. Now, we may actually have enough information here. Because technically, if you count Edward, we have 5. It might be worthwhile to just go see if this works. Let's do that. Okay. So we'll go north and north, east, south, west, southeast, south, south, east, east, down, west. Wow. I start to remember all that. Okay. No idea who's watching me, but thank you for being out there. If there even is anyone out there watching. There we go. No way. All right. Let's see. Now that I'm here, we need to figure out what order to do this in. So it looks like it's Wilhelm to the Black Herald, Sleeper under the waters, okay, touch, Black Herald, touch, Sleeper, touch, King, okay, touch, Piper, touch, King. Damn it. Okay, so I need to figure out who I need to figure out, dang it, who the frickin' founder of the damn Verlacs is. unfortunately, I don't know that I have any way of doing so at this point. Because I've read all the books. I can't get into the church. Let's go check the curio guy. There we go. There's the proprietor. Show proprietor pendant. The proprietor looks the crystal over, absently scratching at his beard. A very nice specimen, he says. A bit irregular, though. Sometimes the provenance of these sorts of things can be a real mystery. A very difficult puzzle to crack. Ask proprietor about misc. Proprietor shrugs. Examine case. Alright, dang it. That's not helpful. Ask proprietor about Verlac. He hesitates and takes a deep breath before speaking. There is a family, he says, from which no good ever came, nor will it ever. Oh, they are a sticky, tendril bunch, miss. And do not forget it. Mind you don't get caught and pulled in. Okay. No, I don't want to do that. Hang lantern on gibbet. Hang the lantern on the iron hook. That will give me the ability to see it through the fog. That being said, though, insert broom in dinghy. Examine dinghy. Oh, take broom. Insert broom in ore lock. Designed to hold ores. Well, okay. Only one ore. I'm going to find another ore. Oh, look around. Examine boats. The fishing industry has all but dried away in Anchorhead, but a few boats remain. They look barely seaworthy, held together by barnacles and old habits. Search boats. Find nothing of interest. Search boats for ore. I can't look up information in the fishing boats. Take ore. Door's locked in place. Unlock ore. Doesn't seem to be something you can do. Terrible. All right. We're going to check one more thing, and then we may have to cheat. Okay, we're going to go in the real estate office. Up. File room. Search files for Verlac. There's nothing here of any interest to you. Ah. Down. Okay. West. North. Greasy smoke pools amongst low-hanging rafters, spills of decades of search. Pub. Search. Pub. See any such thing. Nothing here, damn it. Alright, so we're gonna go look up Verlac. Look around. North. Ring bell. Fish-eyed librarian emerges from the shadows. Ask librarian about Verlac. Purses her wide, strange, rubbery lips. Well, that doesn't do me any good. Ask librarian about book. Thousands of books. Look in register. Look up Verlac in register. Edwards Verlac. Ryan Monmouth. Well, I can't think of how to get his name. Like it doesn't exist. Like they've gone out of the way to make it very hard to find. And unfortunately I missed something at one point. I couldn't get Michael's inventory wallet. I don't know what the old fuse is for. A gold locket, key rings, crumpled page, strange flute, bleeding room. Okay. Read soggy pages. Father, father, father. See, this is all too new. Alright. I'm gonna have to use it. I hate that I have to use it, but I'm gonna use it. East, southeast. Northwest? No? Oh. South. 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 Look up Croceus. A very old certificate of death. Oh my god. Even that. Look up Croesus Verlac. Very old certificate of death. 1651, which is when Wilhelm was. Damn it. So here's the problem. Wait. I don't need his information. East, no, north, east, south, west, southeast, south, east, down. Because I one of them is repeating. So I just need to try each one. Okay. Press. Piper. Press. Black. Press. Sleeper. Press. King. Press. Piper. Oh, okay, that worked. All right. So it's a, yes. Okay, so I remember from the description that I didn't actually have to cheat, which is good. I remember from the description that Michael pressed 5 different things, but he only did it 4 separate locations. And since all the ones that I knew were different, I could extrapolate that the one that I was missing was a copy of one of the ones I already had. And I knew the order. The stars pulsed briefly, then resumed their steady glow. Suddenly, all 4 constellations began pulsing steadily, glowing brighter with each pulse. Hairs on the back of your arms stand up. As the charge in the air grows in intensity, there's a sharp crack. A hot, foul-smelling wind gusts out at you from around the edges of the mural, and then the entire wall slides to one side. The deep, grinding noise, revealing a dark passageway leading north. Beautiful. Here we go. Great stair. The walls of this passageway are carved from solid rock with unearthly precision, 10 feet wide, 10 feet high, perfectly smooth and perfectly square. Behind you, an opening in the wall leads back to the wine cellar. To the north, the stone floor drops away in a series of wide steps carved into the living rock. North. You start down the massive steps. Halfway, the stair seems endless, vanishing in the shadows above you, plunging down the black, unplumbed depths beneath the hill. Temple entrance. At the base of the stair stands a massive door of greenish metal barring the way north. The door is enormous, nearly 15 feet on a side, and made entirely of some greenish metal that reflects your light with an oily, wavery sheen. There is no handle, no keyhole, or latch of any kind. Nothing but the smooth metal, the single symbol etched into its center. Examine symbol. The emblem at the center of the door depicts a stylized open eye surrounded by wavy, radiating lines which resemble nothing less than a crown of sinuous tentacles. You shudder, unable to suppress the feeling that you've seen that eye somewhere before. Where did I see that? So I have a couple options here. First, I can play the flute. I still don't know what it does, but I don't think that applies here since it talked something about pillars or something. I can say the name, Yeldobalov. Yeldobalov, but unfortunately I feel like it's counting the number of times I say it. And if I say it too many times, it's literally just going to destroy me. I've already said it twice. So I don't like that idea. Let's check my inventory. God. No. That's not true. Because if I remember in one of the books, it talks about using that word to open a door. Say, Yaldabaola. Ooh. Oh no. Even those who have stood and gazed upon his awful countenance, the name is not a word to be vocalized wantonly. Third time pulls open the fragile weave of reality, granting passage to the atonal servitors who have come to investigate this misuse of their master's appellation. What they do to you would be difficult for a witness to fully comprehend. They might liken the purely physical violence to being devoured by invisible beasts, or at the process by which the quavering, still sentient pieces of you are then spirited away, to be enfolded and insist in the necrotic folds of the womb of Nehelim, preserved there for all time, but are largely beyond their perception. Probably for the best. You have suffered a fate far worse than death. Ooh, okay. Gallery? Oh, wow. I'm going to caption to view the accompanying illustration asterisk. The have not yet been viewed. Oh. Interesting. Well, we're going to restore. That puts us just outside. North, north, and north. Alright. We're back at the door. Examine metal. That doesn't change anything. Open door. Doesn't seem to be a physically way of opening the door. Touch eye. Metal is warm to the touch. Play flute. You place your fingers as best you can and blow into what you guess is the mouthpiece. It's an eerie metallic warble that seems to hang in the air, lingering for a few moments after you stop playing. Now the problem is, I'm hoping I didn't say name too many times. I shouldn't need any of these things to open that door because Michael made it through and he doesn't have anything. I mean, he doesn't have anything unique like I have. Hey, what's up, good front? Welcome to the party. It's just me. Things are going really well. Been a good day. We're just approaching the end, I believe, of this, and it's starting to get a little bit more terse. Good, man. So you about to go have a stream? Oh, I do have an umbrella. Okay. Where was that eye? Knock on door. Metal reverberates, but no one answers. Say, open sesame. Talking to yourself is a sure sign of impending mental collapse. You know, I don't need your psychological comment. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm having a hard enough time as it is. All right, look around. Massive door of greenish metal, barring the way north. What are you up to tonight, good front? Yeah, here's the problem I'm running into. I really think that I need to say that to open the door. I'm gonna try to say it again. Say Yal de Bail. Yeah. I may not be able to make it through. Because I wonder if I can do undo. What's that do? Oh, cool. Hmm. Hmm. We are almost stuck, I think. I might have to restart and get back to where we were. That's frustrating. Hmm. Well, do. Ah. Doing some research. I'm gonna see if I can't figure out if that's the case. Because as far as I can tell, I shouldn't be able to have anything in my inventory that gets me through that. Because Michael came down here and he needed to be able to get in there. Alright. Let's see. I feel like we're stuck. Okay, hold on. Making progress here. I found a guy that played the older game. Now, I believe things are much different, but appreciate that lurk there, Gefrump. I am struggling over here. Yep. I think we are screwed. I don't think we can get this back. The problem that we're running into here is you have to be able to say the name in order to get the door open. And I can't say it another time without it killing me. Um, so I think what I'm gonna do, I think I'm going to, I think I'm going to stop it here tonight. And this was, man, this was a small session. I got started late too, and get back to here, get back to this point on my own. That way I don't have to force y'all through to watch all this. And we'll go from there. Because it's not going to be that interesting to watch. So, thank you to everyone who came and watched. Good to see you from. I hope you have a great stream tonight, which I'm sure you're probably going to go do. I'm going to go to bed. It's late. Have a good night, y'all.